Okay, so reading here now, we question 2. So shown is a pictorial view of a solid, see that there? The front elevation and plan are shown, so construct a view that shows the true shape of surface. There's A, so there's A. B, C, D, and E, so B, C, D, and E. So it's all this shape here. We want to see what that looks like, the true shape of that. So we need to look, if you want to get a true shape, you have to look at 90 degrees to surface, okay, to see the true shape. So we need to take an auxiliary. What are we going to take? An auxiliary plan, because we're going to be looking down. So our auxiliary plan is going to be projected from elevation. So you can set up your sliding set squares. Okay, and project every point out, just the surface that we want to see first. We only need the true shape. Okay, so we've projected our points out of the true shape. We need to set up our x1, y1 line. So it doesn't matter what distance we bring it out, as long as it is perpendicular to our projection lines. Okay, that's going to be our x1, y1. Okay, so we'll take one thing at a time here now. We can say E, we know E is along this line somewhere. Then A is along this line, D is along this line, C is along this line, and B is along this line. Okay. So we need to use our compass again. So an auxiliary plan is projected from elevation, but all our distances are taken from plan. So we'll start off with E. So from our x, y line, we'll take our distance to E, and we'll step it up from our x1, y1. Okay, so as you can see there now, this distance here, okay, so we just call it distance, is equal to this distance here. Okay, so we need to do the same for every point. So that's E. So next thing we do is A. So A is there. Take it from our XY line again, step it up onto our X1, Y1 line. That's going to be A. Okay, and then we're going to have D, distance from D. D from our x1, y1 line, it's going to be there, so that's D. Then the next thing we're going to have is B. Okay, so B and C, so B is here. Step it up from x1, y1, that's B. And then C. So that's C. Okay, so we know on this surface here that we have E, that corner, then we have D, then we have C, B, and A. Okay, so we know A is joined to E, so we join A to E. Okay, A is joined to B then. B is joined to C, C to D, and E to D. Okay, so we know now that here is our true surface, the true shape, sorry, of the surface that we were looking for. Okay, so to finish off the views, because you're going, in other questions you're going to have to project all the points back. We can project up. So any points are missing that you need to project up, make sure that they're all parallel and they're 90 degrees to new x and y1. So we take this point here, we're going to call that point 1. So point 1's under there, so that distance from 1, from there to there is the same as there to there, so we can call that 1. That's point 1. So we need to do the same now to all the points. So we project all our points back perpendicular to our x1, y1 line. So we call this 2, 3, and 4. So project back 2, take back 3. So that's 2, and that's 3. And then project back 4. There's 4. And then we need to project back the top corner here, we'll just call that 5. That's 5 there in plan as well. And if we project that, perfect. Okay, so it's 5. Now, we need to find them in plan, so 1 is there, so we have distance from 1 that's got. 2 is at the back corner here, so 2 is the distance, same distance as A, so that's A and that's 2. Take that distance. Step it off. That's 2. Then our next distance 3 from here. We know it's underneath D. Let's take that distance. 3, and then we bring it up and step it on the 3 line. Next distance then we have is 4. So we know 4 is underneath 5. So we take that distance from the X, Y line down to 4 and 5. That distance is stepped up along 4. So 4 isn't there. Obviously it's going to be hidden detail. Then 5, the distance from 5. Step it up on 5 and mark it. Okay. So now we have 5. Okay, so in our elevation we can see that B and C are joined to 5. We know then 5 is joined to 4. So we join 5 to 4. It's going to be hidden detail because it's at the back. Just take your time with this. It'll get confusing otherwise. So 5 is joined to 4. So we have 4 here. We know 4 then is joined to 3. So we get 4. Hidden detail. Most of the way to 3. And it's heavy thing because we're going to see that edge. No, sorry, we're not going to see that edge. So just keep it hidden detail. We know then 3 is connected to 1 on the ground. You can heavy that in. So we'll see D to 3 is edge. So we'll see that as a solid line. So we won't see the back line, so that's hidden detail. We know E to 1 then is a solid line. We know then A to 2 is a solid line. And we know then 2 is connected to 1, so we connect back to 1. And then we connect 2 to 4, and that's going to be hidden detail. Okay, so there's our answer solved there now. I made a mistake, so make sure that is hidden detail at the back. Okay, good luck.